Welcome back to Grump's Barn, where today I should be proving that I'm still here. Yeah, it's been very quiet of late, mainly because I've had the bloody Wuhan flu again. Rippy. See, that's what you get for living in the middle of nowhere, but it bugger all people about. When one of your loved ones comes and visits from the big smoke down south, they bring exotic things like Wuhan flu with them. Wonderful. So yeah, have that, got over it now. And before that we had crap weather for bloody ages and I couldn't be asked to come up here. But I have done a few things, so let's catch you up on what I've been doing. It's not a hell of a lot really, but it's something. Let's see. Right, we start off with the chassis, which I have now flipped back over again, so it's now the right way up. And as you can see, I've now finished off cleaning up all the rust on here, and there was a crap load on here, and around here there was bits I've missed and whatever. It's all been cleaned up, rust treated, and as you can see, given a lovely coat and primer just to keep it together. And I've also, we go back round here again, I've cleaned up crossmember, because that needs to go back in. As you can see, it's not looking too bad at all. Needs a little bit more rust treatment today. Once I've done that, then I shall be giving that a coat. A primer initially, followed by a bit of black paint just on the inside edges here, and also inside the chassis, inside there, so I can put it back in and bolt it up. And what the hell we got here? Ooh. Oh dear, swift egg, very knackered, very dead. Which means that nest up there must be being used again this year. I'll have to clean that off in a minute. Oh, along with a little bit of swift shit, of course. Got to have shit, otherwise it wouldn't be here. And once we get the good weather, it's always swift time round here. Went down to the local engineering firm. Thought I needed a bit of sheep steel, about 2 mil or so, to repair this with, because I haven't got enough. I managed to get this dirty grey sheet here, which must be about 3 foot by 2 foot, something like that. 3 mil by the looks of it. This is about 1.5 mil. Again, it's a bit bigger than the other one. It's old offcuts. They let me have the lot for a £5. £5 British. Not bad at all. That gives me more than enough to get this all repaired with, which I should be doing in the next couple of days. Yeah, so I'm basically back on it again now. Life's been fun, as usual. The bloody freeloader still has the lights on. The side that buggered up and that was causing the problems before, I had to fix. I don't know if I told you about that, but the connector on that had a pin stuck in it from the previous bloody sensor. It stuck right inside the connector, so I couldn't get a good connection on it, or couldn't get any connection. I had to rip it apart and put new connectors on. Now I fixed that and that's working perfectly. The other side's playing up now, and that was brand new as well, so I'm going to have to take that apart and probably put new connectors on that as well. Yay, great, isn't it? Apart from that, everything's, well, pretty normal. So, yep, next job will be to give this a good clean up on here and cut this off here. Cut this back probably to about here, because this is actually pretty solid metal. I just shoved the bloody thing through it when I was talking about. This can be cut back to about here, because again it's very solid under there from this point back. Obviously cut all these out, and I can let a new piece in there. I'll be using the 3mm for that, and again put a new backing piece on here. Whether I cut this off completely from here, I don't know yet. I'll see what condition it's in. I might just weld onto it if there's enough left if it's any good. So I don't know what's going to happen when I try cutting this. It's very thin here, so fuck knows. But if I leave that one connected like that for the minute, I can disconnect this one to some degree without too many problems, without it coming right out of alignment. Yeah, I should try and leave it welded together stuck together down here, because that all appears to be pretty solid all the way round. That way it will keep it in the right orientation and everything. Otherwise I'm going to have to weld other bits of bloody metal from here over and there over and whatever, to hold this in exactly the right position. I don't really want to have to do that if I can get away with it. But yeah. That's that done, and now what I'm going to do is get back up down there and get some, well, I'm running out of it now, I have to get some more rust treatment. Get some rust treatment on that, and then hopefully come back down here, probably tomorrow now, because it's quite late in the day as it is, although you wouldn't know it from looking out there. In fact, you can't even look out there from here. Hang on, let's get down here. Late afternoon, probably about 4 o'clock-ish. As you can see, we've now got sheep again in the paddock. And lots of little lambs. Although you can't see most of the lambs at the minute. Where the hell are they all? I know they're all in there somewhere. Probably hiding in the longer grass. Yeah, it's wonderful around here this time of year. It gets dark about 11 o'clock in the evening, and the dawn chorus starts about 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, you don't get a lot of night around here this time of year. Anyway, I digress. Let's get this bloody treated again, because there are bits that need a bit more. Oh look, we've got a bit of shit on that bit as well. Lovely. Right, let's get on. Right, and while that rust treatment is drying off, I've been doing a little bit of bugging about on this. This rear axle. Got a typical amount of play for one of these. Be fine. Nothing unusual. I could take it apart and fuck about and adjust it. What's the point? It's only going to be for a run around, for a bit of fun. Right. Yeah, I gave this a good bashing to get all the crap off it. As you can see, I've turned it up now to stop any more oil leaking out, but it's a bit late, most of it's gone. As you can see, I've got the springs off. I've given them a slight bashing off to get the worst of the crap off them. They'll be fine. I'll probably run those through the cabinet, give them a blast, and then spray them up with something just to make them look a bit respectable for 5 minutes. This was fun. I mean, both these came off very easily. I just wiggled them on the retainer plates on the bottom. Both just fell apart. That rotten, they just fell off. So as you can see over here, if you look, there's a dirty great big protector for that disc. Now if you look on this side, There's none. I gave that a few belts to get the crap off it, and most of it just fell off. I gave this side a few belts and it fell to pieces. There's fuck all left of it. In fact, I'm just looking around the floor trying to see what I did with them, because I don't think I moved it too far. No, can't even find the bits they've fallen. They were so bloody small. Absolutely, completely and utterly bollocks. The other thing I found is I don't know if these rear calipers are going to be even worth redoing. I had a good look at them. Let's spin it around a bit. Hang on, let me just move this other bit of metal and stuff off here, so I can spin this round. Now if you look here, you can just about see that is a bleed nipple. You wouldn't know it. So rotted. Everything is rotted on this. I don't know what that pin there was for. And again, it's all just rotted. I will take them off and try to clean them up. I might do a rebuild on them if they're worth it. If they're not, then it will just be a case of buying a couple of new ones, because you can buy them brand new for about 40 quid. In fact, the ship part ones are £29.99 each, plus VAT. That's crazy money. So that'll be something else I'll have to get. I'll obviously some new rear shock absorbers, because those are going to be no bloody good. Fuck knows how long they've been on there. If I'm going to clean this all up and redo it, I might as well do it properly, as ever. Although I must be honest, the disc on here, that's not bad at all. Bit like an LP. You can see a few tracks and some grooves on it, but fuck it, they're only minor. Nothing major. I'm not going to be replacing stuff unnecessarily. I'll see how bad they are once I get it apart. But that'll be the next job after I've fixed the elbows in this, which, as I say, I will be doing in the next couple of days. It's just nice to finally have the whole thing all cleaned up and looking absolutely nothing like it did when I got it. There's something to work from now. So I think before I start mucking about with the front end, trying to build that or anything, I will loosely attach the back end back onto it, so it's holding it in exactly the position that it should be, i.e. about 2 foot off the ground. Yeah, it should be interesting then. It'd be easier to work out exactly what looks right and everything on here without just having it sitting on blocks or something. I know that I have got it in the right position, then I can bugger about with it from there to work out exactly how I'm going to fix everything on. I've got an idea. And the other idea I've also had, I've changed the subject very slightly while I think about it, oops, mind the hand, is I probably won't be using a front hub stuff because of the bloody ball on there and the fact that it's so fucking long, it sticks right out. I'll make the whole thing look one-sided, because you'll have this much stick out. Yeah. Where are we? There we are. About this much stick out. You've got like 2 or 3 inches, even with that in from the arm. We're still going to try and use these hockey sticks for the lower arms on the suspension on the front forks. Hopefully I'll be able to do it somehow. I just got to take them off and work out how to do it. Taking them off is never easy. But that's another job that will come with the front end. Yeah, there's lots to think about with this bloody thing, I tell you. Anyway, that's it for today. You'll see me back here in a second or two. But it will be tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be painting up the gearbox cross member. So I want to chuck that back in, and then I'll get on with the welding. Don't know why, I just feel like I should do it in that order. Right, back in a bit. Right, we're back again. Not the next day, unfortunately. It's about a week later. Yeah, that's me for you. Right, this cross member. Oh, bugger. I gave it another treatment of the old tannic acid. Then primed it. And it's been painted now. I was only going to paint the ends. I thought, ah, fuck it. Get the whole thing a coat. I've also done the inside of the chassis on both sides. So I can put the damn thing in. And then finally I will get on with that bloody welding. Things just keep getting in the way. You know what life's like. Especially when you get a lack of arse in this because the weather's shit. And the weather has been very shit of late. So, I better get on. I've got some new bolts. Or some new long bolts anyway. So I can put this bugger back in. Let's get on and put her in. Well, there we go. After a bit of piddling about with the high lift, we have her back in place. And for those that don't know, a high lift is basically the best thing for separating the sides of the chassis slightly. But obviously if you care about your chassis more than I do, then you would put some cardboard or wood or anything either side of the high lift so it doesn't scratch the paintwork. But I'm not too bothered about that at the moment. I have managed to scratch off lots of bits of black as well as the bloody primer on here. But never mind. It'll all get touched up again in a bit. That's it basically in. New bolts just sitting in there at the moment just to hold it in place so it doesn't move around too much. Now all I've got to do is find some new bolts for the bottom because these are all M8s and that is an M10 that sits in the bottom. I've got to see what I've got. Have a quick look through my bolts and see what I've got. I don't want to buy any more if I can help it. I might just end up cutting down some longer ones or something. We shall see, but there we go, it's all back in. Well, that's it, we've got some M10s in there now, a little bit long, but fuck it. They're M10s, they're high tensile. They will do nicely. And of course the M8s are around are a high tensile as well. No sense in putting normal ones in there when you've got to carry that bloody weight. Right, we're done for that. Excuse me, blimey. Now all I've got to do is take this bloody thing off, although I'll do that in a minute, because first I'm going to say that is it for now. I shall leave it there, because the next one will be the welding. Sorry it's been so long. Never mind. I noticed we have a few new subscribers, so hello and welcome whoever you are. You're very welcome here. See what shit I'm getting up to today. Usually not a lot, occasionally a bit here and there. Right, anyway. Oh, before I forget, I thought I'd better say best wishes to Tom with his operation. Anyone that knows Tom will know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, take care, mate. Hope it all went well. And as I say, if they cancelled it again, I'll quite happily do it for you with an old ping pong ball. Yeah, that'll keep people guessing that they know, won't it? Anyway, take care, people. See you again soon. Bye.